What's up, guys? Matt Tennyson from MattTennysonFitness.com coming at you. That's right, MattTennysonFitness.com is now live. All right, it's been a long time coming. I'm so excited, basically because I can stop saying at the end of these videos that stay tuned for more details on the website and the 8-week fitness crash course. Talk to you later. So yeah, the website's live. Don't worry about sending all your friends and everybody you know over there. You know, if the server crashes, that's a good problem to have, right? So before I get into the Q&A part of this, what I want to do is I just want to let you know that I know I haven't given a lot of details on the 8-week fitness crash course just yet, which we're going to start on July 11th. All right, so you don't have to worry about the holiday weekend or holiday week that's coming up. You know, enjoy your time with your friends and family and food, and you won't have to worry about undoing anything that we've started in there. So we're going to get started after that. And what I'm going to do, so I'm going to just go over some basic questions that you guys have sent in that I get quite a bit, and just provide a little value here, and then I'll give you some details on the website and the 8-week fitness crash course at the end of that. All right. So without further ado, all of you who've been following the videos on Facebook, you know, thank you again. Sending me questions. I picked some of the ones that, like I said, were the most common. I got some repeats. So here are. We'll start with 3 of the questions that were really common. So if you have questions that you want answered, you know, this is a Q&A, so throw them into the comments. I'll do my best to get to them as we go. Okay. First question: how much cardio is the right amount of cardio? Okay. Now this is a great question. Everybody wants to know that. How much should I be doing? Well, the answer is it depends. All right. We're all individuals. It depends on what you've been doing, how much cardio you've been doing or not been doing, you know, and what type of cardio you're doing. You know, if you're doing a high intensity interval type of cardio, which is sort of a kind of sprinting style of cardio, you go really hard, you get your heart rate up to a certain level, sort of in a short burst, and then you have kind of a recovery period. You don't spend as much time doing those type of workouts. If you're doing something like steady state cardio, which is what most of us do, because it's the easiest in the sense that you don't have to know too much about it. You get on the treadmill, the elliptical, the bike, whatever it is. You go, you start going, and you find a nice pace, and then you just pile up the minutes, right? So, yeah, if you're doing that sort of, I mean, they're 2 different animals, really. So just knowing what you have been doing, and depending on your goals, too. You know, if you're trying to, you know, put on a certain amount of muscle, you know, should cardio be included? Yes, but what type of cardio? And you may not need as much of it as someone who their goal is getting leaner, losing as much fat as they can. Cardio is going to be a big piece of that puzzle. Okay. So next one is what's the best exercise for me to do with my injury? Because I have people with, you know, shoulder, knee, low back that kind of ask the same thing. And you know, to be honest, we kind of have to set up stability. You know, set up that core. All right, but a lot of it stems from there. But you know, even if it's a shoulder, if it's a knee, a lot of it. I mean, you can have injuries that kind of manifest themselves in a joint, but it kind of came from somewhere else because you were, you know, you had imbalances, you were compensating certain ways. But basically what we do, and what I do in the 8-week fitness crash course, is make sure that we are, you know, establishing that stability first. Okay, so there's a series of exercises that I do that anybody with any of those injuries should be able to do. You know, it depends on the severity and what your specific situation is, but pretty much anybody can do these exercises, and it's to activate the muscles that you need activated. You're not leaving anything out, because there's a lot of times too we kind of unlearn how to do things correctly, throughout our lives, and certain muscles after a while they atrophy and they actually shut down. They don't fire like they should. So that's the reason we include them, to get the activation there so that you can stabilize correctly. All right? So you stabilize your entire abdominal complex, your lumbo-pelvic hip complex. So we kind of start from there, making sure that from the get-go we take you from square zero and make sure that we are building on top of that. So you got the foundation first, right? Okay. Next question. Let's see. Oh, what's the most important mindset technique or tip that has really helped you with your fitness? And that's a tough one to answer, just because there's so many different ones. I've done a few different, mental toughness, mindset courses over the last few years, and you learn a lot and how just subtle little tweaks in training your subconscious, so you're not letting yourself get into a weird headspace, or if you do, you recognize it, and then you have some skills, and you have the ability to recognize it, interdict, shift what you're doing, and kind of get yourself out of that. And the more you do it, the more natural it feels and gets. So it's just like any skill, you develop that over time, and you just get better and better at it. I've found that these little shifts in mindset, they're going to make or break how long lasting your results are. And it's not just in fitness. It lends itself really well to getting through a workout program, keeping yourself on point with your nutrition. You've got to stay in it mentally, but it translates into life in general. And I've seen it, in my life with my wife. We went through a specific course, and it changes things. Seriously, it's not like it can be groundbreaking, but it's not like it uproots everything. You just find yourself handling things differently, but better. Okay. These things aren't easy to find. They're not common. Because it's more than just, motivational quotes, or memes on Facebook or whatever. Those things are great. They can, you've experienced those. Even a little shift in your mindset by reading something like that can have a significant effect. So developing those skills so that you can do that with yourself is it's pretty massive when it comes to how quickly you get to your goals and how long you're going to maintain them. Let's see. And by the way, I partner with a company, and we include these tips and skills in trainings that I offer. I've been using them with clients for quite a while now, and it's made a big difference. So yeah, that's kind of it. So those are kind of the three common questions. Now I'm going to kind of get into some of the details of the 8-week fitness crash course. All right. So the reason I put this together, originally I was thinking of doing it kind of like an online boot camp, and so I was thinking, what do I like about boot camps? What don't I like about boot camps? And so it kind of evolved into this thing. One thing that's great about boot camps is they give you exactly what to do. They show you how to do it, and you go do it. That's great. But I've just seen it so many times, even in workouts that I've designed for somebody. Like years ago, I used to work in one of the big black box health clubs, and would design a program for somebody. They're like, I don't need to train with you. I just want to. Can you just put a workout together for me? And so I'm like, sure, absolutely. So I do that. Let them go on their own. Well, luckily, a couple weeks later, I'll see them out on the fitness floor, and they're doing my workout, but they're butchering the exercises that I gave them. Right. So it's just kind of like I'm kind of go over there and I'm like, how's it going? It's like, remember on this one, we want to do it this way, and make sure you're not doing it this way, because your body is a genius when it comes to cheating and finding the easiest way to do something, not the most efficient. So that being said, as I put this together, that's why I call it an 8-week fitness crash course rather than a boot camp, because I want you to learn as much as possible as you are moving towards your fitness goals. Okay, so put together a really good workout, but you're gonna we have videos and everything, so it's like me standing next to you going, all right, here's how you do it, here's what you don't want to do, here's how, this is the muscles we're working, so you want to make sure you feel it there, you're using those muscles, you're trying to stimulate those muscles as best you can. It's not just about going in there moving a dumbbell or a barbell, or anything from point A to point B. Yes, that's part of it, but you've got to make sure that you are incorporating the right muscles to do it. All right, and so you're stimulating them optimally. Okay, so that just so that you get the education through this 8-week fitness crash course, so that afterwards, any program that you do after it, you'll be better at. Because these are pretty basic exercises. Most of you have done most of them before, but it's probably going to feel different. Okay, because little tweaks and making sure that you're, using, the best form, and it's skill building. You get better at it as you do it. Okay, so it gives you a lot of opportunities to practice that during the 8-week fitness crash course. So that's kind of how it evolved, and I wanted to be able to, not only give great physical cues on how to do it, but the mindset aspect too, incorporate some of that stuff into it, because that was, I remember, early in my career, and well, I shouldn't even say that, up until fairly recently, I was always like, I would kind of like, what, could do a self-audit, what can I improve about the way I train, because why can't I keep my clients as motivated as they are in that first week or two? Well, it's the natural progression of things, which I touched on in one of the videos about motivation. Your motivation is going to wane, right? So that's a natural thing. It wasn't as much, me failing so much. It was just kind of how I felt. I'm like, how do I, why am I not able to, keep them going as best they can? But it's, sorry, I got distracted. So the mindset you want to make, or the motivation part of it, you just got to learn these mindset techniques so that, even if that does kind of wane, you're able to keep yourself in a better headspace, right? So putting these kind of things together and offer it to you, because the other thing was I wanted to really the whole in the embryonic stages of this, the whole idea behind me getting a website at all was so that I could reach the people that I love, my friends and family that live too far away from me to actually train on any sort of regular basis, right? So to just be able to reach more people, I love, this is something I've been passionate about for years. So, and I love helping people. It's something I know about because it was just a passion and interest of mine. So I, dove headfirst into it 20-some years ago. And I, was telling people how to work out and do this stuff. So in designing this gives me that opportunity to reach the people I love and anyone else. All right. So now with the advent of the internet and social media and that sort of thing, I knew that I wanted to create a presence on there too. So that's where this all came from. So now I'm just going to give you a quick sort of sneak peek. What you get with the 8-week fitness crash course. I'm going to show you. You get a PDF file as well, which pull it up here. But it has kind of which you can take with you anywhere as you go. Make sure I get this right here. Sorry, bear with me. And one more. Here we go. All right, so I'm going to see if I can kind of pull it. Oh, the lighting's going to be, I don't know if it'll pick it up very well. Not quite working. So maybe that's better. Alright, so basically, as we scroll through, you'll see all sorts of stuff. The questionnaires, frequently asked questions, grocery list, all of this stuff that's going to help you do the workout. Here's the programming itself, the exercises. Alright, this isn't working as well as I had hoped, but it serves the purpose of giving you an idea and kind of a sneak peek of what you'll have just right on your phone too, so you can take it anywhere. You'll have it in the gym with you, so you will be able to do your workouts right off your phone. Okay, so yeah, I'm super excited. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the link to my website in the comments below here when we're finished, so it will be there for you. So please check out the website. You know, get a feel for everything, and let me know what you think. If you have any issues with it or you find anything that isn't working, please let me know. I'm sure there's going to be some bugs that we have to work out along the way, but I'm excited to work those bugs out and, you know, eventually make this into you know, just a smooth running machine. All right, so at that, I will say please check out the website and stay fit, and I will see you all very soon. Thanks, guys.